Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from the Impatience Garden at the White House. The president, the press corps has called pretty much a surprise presidential press conference this afternoon on this short week in Washington, D.C. Congress has left, the Senate's gone. There's a multitude of subjects that the president could be discussing today, but we have no idea what he might be actually dealing with in this particular press conference. But it was called for 1:15. It's now 1:30, which is pretty much par for the course for this administration. They like to keep us waiting, and while we wait, we could speculate there could be the emergency situation in Syria, of course, and the Egyptian riots. There's also the tax extension fund. There is a multitude of subjects that we could be hearing from the president today. But until that, just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the president is now coming into the Impatience Garden, and ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. My fellow Americans, first of all, I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday season, and may we all be safe, and God bless America. There are many things that are on our minds as we go into this most of holy celebration. As we celebrate many different ethnic, religious beliefs, but I am here today to talk about something that's very close to my heart, and it has to do with the fact that my two sisters can't seem to agree on how to get together and spend some quality time. There's an issue of a car, a back seat, and there's the issue of a dog inside the back seat of a car, and then there's also a very complicated matter of dog meeting another dog in a different county. I don't want to diminish the importance of the nuances involved here. There's history involved. There's personalities involved. But at the same time, I can't stress enough how we have got to bridge these gaps to where one sister can meet with another sister, which will in fact result in the meeting of many family members. So I'm going to take a few questions, but the main subject, the main point I want to get across to is that somehow we must find a way to deal with these issues that divide us. They're wedge issues. In this particular climate we live in, we're always in need of people who come together. And when we find that someone is, I hate to say it, manufacturing wedge issues, then we have to identify it as it is, deal with it, and then move on. And so at this moment, I would like to go ahead and take some questions. And yes, John. Well, I understand but you have to understand that this is not something that's just happened in the last few days. This is very complicated. It goes back many decades, and that still does not give us an excuse to not solve the problem and to move on, because it's just too important. Yeah, June. Yes. Well, that's interesting that you would mention those particular points, but at the same time, we cannot continue to rehash issues that are decades old. As I went to John, I mean, we must move on. We have to move on. This is now. We're dealing with today. We're dealing with this holiday season. We're dealing with how do we move forward? How do we move forward with this? So yes, there is the dog issue. There is the backseat issue. And then there's the issues that go, as you said, as you pointed out, way back in history. But we must find a way. We must find a way to move on. And really, that's all we have time today. And I appreciate you coming out today with this. And once again, I hope your family has a happy holiday. And we'll be back here next week, getting all the many things wrapped up that we know we have to do before the first of the year. And thank you again. Have a happy holiday, and thank you for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mini press conference from the Impatience Garden, and we now take you back to your regularly scheduled program.